That's just the way I am. Have you ever heard someone use this excuse before? Well, let me ask you a question. What if the way you are sucks? If who you are got you to where you are and you're not happy with where you are, then wouldn't it make sense to change who you are and become someone greater? Or is there no hope? Let's find out. What's up, fellas? This is G Vidal here with Alpha Dad Consulting, where we specialize in helping dads become strong, efficient leaders and start their own business through online consulting. In this video, we're talking about mindset, something we focus very deeply on here at Alpha Dad. It's such a key component to being able to lead your family. So many dads struggle with depression and turn to vices like drugs and alcohol to numb the pain. At times, from the outside, it can look like he's got his life together. Maybe a good job, family seems happy, big house, luxury car, but inside he feels worthless, almost like he hasn't accomplished anything. Why is that? Why does this happen to so many men, to the point where many even commit suicide? You remember this guy? The truth is that it all starts with BS. Nope, not that BS. This BS. Your belief system. When I was 14 years old, I went to my very first concert. It was an underground hip hop concert in South Central LA where rap groups such as the Tunnel Rats and Illharmonics performed. Watching these guys rap on stage live was surreal. I went home that night, found a 2-minute instrumental track on a reggae CD I had, and I wrote my first rap lyrics. I performed that rap song over and over again. I'd be stuck in my room for hours just practicing with no one around, until my cousin showed up with his girlfriend one day and I decided to make my performance debut. I called him into my room and we left his girl out in the living room. I performed the track and he was shocked that his younger cousin was actually rapping. So much so that he went and got his girl and I had to perform it again. I remember being extremely nervous, palms sweaty, knees weak, arms were heavy. Nah, I'm just playing. But I was definitely shaking of how nervous I was just in front of two people. When I was done, both of them were awestruck and they said, "You got to keep doing this. You're really, really good. You got to keep developing this talent." Now, I clearly knew I was onto something, but there was this little voice inside of me still saying, "Nah, G, you suck. Just give it up." You see, up to this point in my life, I had never been good at anything. When I tried sports like soccer to try to get closer to my dad, anytime I would make a mistake, I was just told, "You suck." And then no effort or encouragement was made to make me better at that sport. My belief system as a kid was garbage, and those beliefs bled into my adult life as well. The crazy thing is that this is true of all of us. Here's what happens. The first 7 years are some of the most important years of your life, as they pave the way for a lot of the beliefs that you carry into adulthood. If you can begin to think of your brain as a computer and those deep-rooted beliefs that you have as programs, it can start to make sense as to how this works. Think about how much information kids 7 and under are downloading into their brains constantly. Kids that undergo traumatic events during that age grow up being traumatized as adults, whether it be fear of the dark, fear of being criticized, fear of embarrassment, the list goes on. You tell a kid that he or she sucks and will amount to no good, subconsciously this becomes their belief or program. You see, your brain is split into two parts, the conscious and the subconscious, and 95% of all your daily activity is controlled by your subconscious. Now, I won't get into this too deeply, as you can check out my How to Dominate Your Mind video up here somewhere or in the description below. The point is, if your brain is mostly controlled by automated programs, how do you get new programs or beliefs installed in your mind? During the first 7 years, a child's brain operates on a lower vibration called theta, which you can look at as imagination. This is why kids are so good at memorizing new information and imagining these crazy worlds when they're playing with their toys. Now you may be saying, "Well, that's good to know, G, but I'm not a kid anymore. How do I go from believing that I suck at everything and that life's not worth living to I can do anything I set my mind on and life is amazing as an adult? Is it too late for me?" The good news is that it's not too late. You still have the ability to take advantage of this theta state. Even though our brains don't operate like a child's brain anymore, we're more experienced and we are able to reason better at the cost of not being able to learn as quickly as a child or have the imagination of a child. Yet our brains do still enter the theta state, and it happens right before you fall asleep. You know that moment when you're drifting to sleep? You're still semi-awake, but just another minute and you're gonna be done for the night. That's the moment your brain enters this state, and this is the window you have to start putting new programs in. So the question is, well, how do you do it? There's a couple ways. According to some experts, one is to put some headphones on and listen to a recording of you stating a belief or program that you want to adopt. Something like, I'm gonna wake up at 6 a.m. and work out because I'm a healthy person and I love being in shape. Imagine that repeated over and over in your head overnight while you sleep, entering your subconscious. Kind of weird, right? Yep, I thought so too. So if you're not into that, there's always option number 2. Picture your new belief as you're falling asleep. Whatever you want to change about yourself, use your imagination like a kid and picture that change. If it's getting in shape, picture yourself in shape and healthy. If it's you getting rid of a bad habit, picture yourself not doing that anymore and replacing it with something positive. Fall asleep with that thought. Keep in mind that you do this already. People think of the worst things in their life right as they're falling asleep, and look at the effect that has. You're stressed, you're mad, worried, scared, unhappy, and sometimes those things carry even into your dreams. And when you wake up, you feel like crap too. Why not try the opposite and see what happens? When you get rid of bad programs and replace them with good ones, your life starts getting better and you're able to do more. Almost makes you feel like you have more time on your hands. And if you're interested in discovering how to optimize more time for yourself, I want to invite you to my free workshop where I show you my 5-step method to getting more time in your life so that you can actually live and do the things you want to do. Just go to alphadadconsulting.com/workshop to check it out. Link is also in the description below. So you may be saying, gee, I get where you're coming from, but I don't know about all this imagination stuff. There's got to be another way. Well, lucky for you, there is. It's called good old-fashioned repetition. This is what made Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant the greatest basketball players. They kept practicing day in and day out, focusing the majority of their time on perfecting their craft and getting to that next level. Look at people that master martial arts, whether it's MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, or Wing Chun like Ip Man. They freaking practice and make it part of their daily lives. When I started rapping, I could have stopped there, but I kept going, writing more and more lyrics, performing in front of more and more people, until I was on actual stages with a live band behind me. If I would have let my limiting belief or my corrupted program that was dragging me down since childhood dominate me, I wouldn't have been able to do those things. But it was in my consistency and repetition that I began replacing those programs. Still to this day, I'm constantly finding new programs to put into my mind. New beliefs that I want to have that can enable me to take my craft to the next level. I'm not special in any way. There's far more capable people out there than me, and you're one of them. Test these concepts out and see what they can do for you. If you can combine the visualization with the repetitive action, even better. So I'm curious, which method will you try out? And what belief do you want to change about yourself? Let me know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like, share, subscribe button, and the notification bell so you don't miss a new video. And check out my other mindset video if you haven't already. Alright, my fellow Alpha Dad, this is G Vidal. I'm out. I'll catch you on the next one.